I left school when I was about 14 years old, 15. I have no qualifications. I didn't even know what university was. I certainly didn't go to business school. I grew up on a little council estate in Bexley-Heath in Kent with a very much of a hand-to-mouth existence. And my mum worked for Revlon, and really that was where the love of skincare product and beauty and the appreciation of it came. Because I'm dyslexic, horribly dyslexic, I couldn't follow a formulae. I couldn't read it as it was written down. So I would memorize it, and I would be able to tell the texture of a skincare product just by touching the top and the skin of the product. And if it solidified and kind of gelled, I knew that it was ready to pour into the jars. My nose became very much my paintbrush. That's the only way I can describe it. So I would smell everything. I would know the smell of the beeswax. I would know the smell of the avocado oil when it was hot, when it was cold. I knew the smell of the rosemary and the lavender oil as it went into the body oil. So my nose became my compass, and I very soon discovered that it was a gift that was very, very special. Every single fragrance I create is a memory. Selling my business was a real height in my life, and you know, from somebody that came with nothing to selling to one of the biggest cosmetic giants in the world was from a kitchen sink, let's be honest, from those little plastic jugs and a few saucepans. So there was that wonderful moment, and I was really riding the crest of a wave of success. And one night I was diagnosed with breast cancer, and my world came it was as though everyone had just snatched from my hand everything I'd worked hard for. I didn't know who I was anymore. Creating fragrance is the only thing I can do brilliantly. I can't drive a car, I can't swim. I struggle telling the time because of left and right. So there's a lot of things that I struggle with. What I could do was, though, I could take all of those frustrations and that creativity, and I poured it into creating fragrance, and I am really good at it. And so for 5 years I couldn't do the one thing that I was truly in love with. So that, I would say, was the biggest challenge, and making that decision that night to give it another go and create another business was one of the hardest decisions I've made. And in the first 2 years of building the second brand, I nearly quit so many times. It was like looking at a telescope the wrong way round. So the first time I was just looking at it and the world was becoming bigger. This time the world was looking at me, and I was standing on this very, very public stage, making every mistake in the book, and why I don't know, but I was. And my expectancy was so much higher. So I was trying to reach this high goal up there somewhere, and I kept falling down. And I think what life was really trying to teach me is, do you really want this? Is this really what you want? And if you really want it, you're going to have to earn the right again. You can't be based upon what happened 20 years ago or 10 years ago. You have to create this again for yourself, and I have. You want to be a success in business, you want to be a success in school, you have to make that happen. There will always be people around you that can assist you and help you, and the more passion they see in you and the more resilience, the more you'll find people will gather around you, because people love to be around people that make things happen. But ultimately, yes, you have to be, just like I do every single day, to make Jo Loves work, I am the one that has to get up.